first, we wanted to do it best, and like I say, we had very promising early results in working initial versions, but not to the level that as we began living on it internally and feeling we're like, this just doesn't work reliably enough to be an Apple product. So this stuff takes hard work, but we do see AI as a long-term transformational wave, as one that's going to affect our industry and of course our society for decades to come. We want to get it right. There's no need to rush out with the wrong features and the wrong product just to be first. We ultimately want to build the right products for our customers.
So many people associate Apple and AI with Siri since plus 10 years ago now.
Sure.
And so there is a real expectation that Siri should be as good, if not better, than the competition.
Oh, I think ultimately it should be. That's
but it's not right now.
That's certainly our mission. Yeah, but that's our mission. You know, we set out to tell people last year where we were going. I think people were very excited about Apple's values there, an experience that's integrated into everything you do, not a bolt-on chatbot on the side, something that is personal, something that is private. We started building some of those, delivering some of those capabilities. We do wonderful semantic photo search right now. We do all kinds of tools that are directly integrated into how you use your device. I think people are excited for that future. And I, in a way, appreciate the fact that people really wanted the next version of Siri, and we really want to deliver it for them. But we want to do it the right way.
When's the right way going to come along?
Well, in this case, we really want to make sure that we have it very much in hand before we start talking about dates for obvious reasons.
And will that include these features that you had previously announced and more? I mean, is this the effort to make Siri this more interactive AI companion?
Sure. Well, I mean, on one hand, I would love to dish about my enthusiasm for our future plans, but that's exactly what we don't want to do right now, right? To misset expectations. We want to deliver something great that you and all of our customers really appreciate.
You have mentioned Apple Intelligence a lot, and to be honest, I'm not really a big user of Apple Intelligence. I'm using a lot of your competitors' products. Can you or will you keep up with that competition?
Well, again, it's important to realize our strategy is a little bit different than some other people, right? Our idea of Apple Intelligence is using generative AI to be an enabling technology for features across our operating system. So much so that sometimes you're doing things you don't even realize you're using Apple Intelligence or AI to do them. And that's our goal. Integrate it, make your products that you use every day, make the features you use every day better. Not even have to think about, there's no destination, there's no app called Apple Intelligence, which is different than a chatbot, which is again what I think some people have kind of conflated a bit, like where's your chatbot? We didn't do that. What we decided was that we would give you access to one through ChatGPT because we think that was the best one. But our idea is to integrate across the operating system, make it features that I certainly use every day.
I think AI is one of those massive technological waves, like the internet, like mobility. When you look at the internet, I don't think anyone was saying, gosh, Apple, I find myself using Amazon.com and I'm not using, I use that a lot. Why don't you have one of those? I find this web search thing really useful. I'm enjoying, streaming cat videos. I find this useful. Why is this not in your product? Well, of course, the internet was vast. It was opportunity for many, many companies, for users to do a wide diversity of things. It was also a huge enabler for Apple, and I think Apple made the internet accessible in a lot of ways more than anyone, and it was super empowering for our customers and for our product. But that didn't mean that every experience that you might take on necessarily is going to happen inside of Apple or ultimately happen with Siri. There are going to be places where hopefully Siri is huge and maybe ultimately indispensable part of your daily routine. But that doesn't mean it's a problem if you're using something else for other tasks you want to do.
I do want to get into iOS 26 and some of the new operating systems, but staying on AI for a second, you do have some more of OpenAI and ChatGPT threaded through. It's specifically in visual intelligence. When are you guys thinking about using your models versus another company's models like OpenAI's?
Well, we do already. So today, when you use writing tools and say you want to make something more concise, put it in a bulleted list, create a table, or even give an ad hoc command on how you want to modify something into being, haiku or something like that, that's all using Apple's models in private cloud compute. And so we're using our models for more and more. We use them for some of our visual intelligence experiences as well. But ChatGPT offers some really great capabilities, and so we have integrated more and done some really powerful things with them. Should point out they're available in visual intelligence, which is now available not just for things around you with your camera, but also things on your screen. But we also integrate lots of other tools into that flow. We also make ChatGPT's image generation capability available both inside of Image Playground, but also, since you can pull up that image generation capability inside of all sorts of apps, Apple apps and third-party apps, you also now have access to ChatGPT's image generation right there in the flow of using those apps. So, and we announced some really exciting coding tools actually in Xcode that got huge reaction from our developers yesterday, where you can use ChatGPT as well as other models like from Anthropic to do coding in Xcode, which is fantastic. So we will keep building up the capability of our own models, but we see lots of people doing other exciting things with theirs, and we want to make sure our customers can access the best of everything.
Looking ahead, does Apple want to be the company making some of these models? Would you like to have that capability, some of the capabilities that OpenAI has in their models or Anthropic, central to Apple, living in Apple's models?
Oh, I mean, we already are. In fact, we published a paper again this year describing our latest releases of both on-device models and our private cloud compute model. Both have undergone significant architectural enhancements. Our PCC, private cloud compute model, is much larger and more powerful and is GPT-4o class in many regards. So this is something absolutely that's what we've been doing.
Okay.
But our goal, again, is not to create another chatbot, right? It's to integrate these capabilities across
That's
our
right.
operating system and our features.
But that powerful intelligence behind those
Yeah, exactly.
capabilities.
Yeah.
Let's talk about liquid glass.
Oh, yay.
You guys really like glass.
We do.
It's a nice material.
Why do you love glass so much?
Well, I think the glass, we could have gone with ancient brick or teak wood or something as a material, but it turns out glass has some really useful properties when it comes to user interfaces, and especially the kind of adaptive glass we were able to build into the product. What we really wanted is, as our displays have gotten both larger, but also with these rounded edges, we wanted to make your content feel open, like it owned the entire screen and its edge. Glass allows us to put controls inset concentric to that experience that, on the one hand, feel almost like they're not there, like your content just owns the screen, which is wonderful, but at the same time defines space in a way that, I know what the buttons are, the controls are extremely clear. Glass also is wonderfully adaptive. It both can transmit through translucency, the background, but we can adapt its properties so that you get contrast to be able to see the content of both what's behind it and what you're trying